Wiki, welcome, Warcraft 2 fans, to Vizzer versus Captain Claw, the Invincible. Or Invin, I should say. In the Watchers, we have Maciek. Captain Claw, the Invincible, hails from Poland, and he most definitely is going to win this game because he's awesome. Meanwhile, down here, we have Vizzer. Vizzer, I think, is from California. Part of the Flower Chain League, FLCI clan, FCLI maybe, as well as the 420 clan as well. So pretty well known in the Warcraft 2 community. Big friend of Maddie, who has unfortunately passed on. Rest in peace, Maddie. And Captain Claw, the Invincible, up here is going to starting at the 12 o'clock position. Very well known for his War 2 Chop replay channel in the YouTube. So if you want to check out some YouTube that's pretty awesome on Warcraft 2 Chop replays, make sure you check out Captain Claw, the Invincible's YouTube channel. At 12 o'clock, he's doing a repair on his barracks for Rush. Now, I don't actually know who wins this game, even though it happened in the 2017 World Championships of Awesomeness. So, hold on to your butts, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a great game, indeed. Now, we do see Vizzer scouting out with a peon. He could possibly be to start walling this area off, or he wants to go for a quick duel, or none of the above. He wants to get some really early scouting information off on his opponent, and he was, I guess, was going to go look down at the small 9, but decided to turn right back around and run around those trees to head on down to that 4-5 position. But wait, here's 2 grunts at the 12-2, and that's going to let Vizzer know exactly where his opponent is. So maybe that peon could possibly produce a expansion down there. 3 grunts awaiting here for Claw's attack. And it is indeed beginning to put that expansion by positioning pig farms, and he can continue to position pig farms in a downward motion to start an expansion. Vizzer very well known to do these early expansions. Very good fastest Warcraft 2 player. So he's gambling that his opponent isn't going to scout this and he can get an edge on a little later in the game. But Captain Claw striking right in with great vengeance. And not going to get the kill, but not going to lose any grunts either. And he'll run away and assume a more defensive posture. Not upgrading to tier number 3 as of yet. But neither, oh yes indeed, Vizzer is indeed upgrading to tier number 3. So Captain Claw starting his lumber mill and moving on to the mid game. And then he'll send out a couple grunts down here to get trapped in the trees so that they can maybe assault the catapult if it is warranted. Or perhaps they were on the way to the middle and got stuck there. But a level 3 grunt assault is in the mix here for Vizzer. And he's getting his lumber mill as well. Oh, nope, these 2 grunts deciding to come out of hiding and then proceed out to scout about the map. So with 4 farms here, he can now produce an expansion. Smooth stuff here from Vizzer. And that's how he likes to roll. Well, very common fastest tactic among Warcraft 2 players is to get that early expansion and get that macro up in order. Label in the town halls 0, 9, 8, 7. Some people like 3, 4, 5, depending on what they want to hotkey their stuff. All right, for the grunts to move out, they're going to trounce these 2 outlying grunts. And then gonna move out on the map with a large force. That way they're in good position to defend his 4-5 if it comes under assault, or perhaps they can catch the 12 o'clock off guard as it sends its forces through the northern pass here. Not going to be the case, as Captain Claw the Invincible has a catapult here. It is going to easily fend off any assault that happens. And the mid game is up on the menu now as both players going to tier number 2. So setting up this exterior choke very quickly. Vizzer is doing a pretty good job, but he doesn't know that a catapult is here to fend this off. And fend it off it will. 2 peons there to repair that pig farm. So all of the grunts, but a few survivors who who struggled to run away even. And he's going to go ahead and scout out and see there's no expansion. So he's ahead in the expansion game. But will Captain Claw, the Invincible's first army assault, be too much for Vizzer to handle? As Vizzer spent those extra resources down here at the 5 o'clock position, building up that expansion. And it should be a little far behind in the technology game. And indeed he is. Will he... Oh, not too far behind at all, Captain Claw the Invincible and Vizzer seem to be neck and neck, actually. I have just realized I misspoken. 2 barracks to 2 barracks? I heard to see the supply game. Vizzer even a little up on the supply. Something Captain Claw wants to remedy by assaulting these 2 grunts. And he's going to even up the supply. So Vizzer going to send his 4 grunts up here. Try to make room for some ogre to eat those pigs rather than these grunts. So he's just going to sacrifice them. Meanwhile, Captain Claw, the Invincible, sending his grunts around the long way. He wants to sneak in here, maybe even assault some wood choppers. Not a whole lot of wood choppers for a Vizzer. Captain Claw has quite a few more, but he's probably spending more gold on these peons. So a bit larger of an early army from Claw, and he's going to set up his expansion, so should be able to pull right back into this game with an early army assault. Or will Vizzer's macro get the best of him? Having to repair the farm, that's a pretty good sign actually. When you have to repair your farms, it means that your production is going quite good and your army is not being slaughtered when you need to repair a farm so you can build more stuff. Alright, and here comes the pain as armies meet up to clash versus one another. Vizzer's army pushing out on the map. He's waiting for Bloodlust. He's got a nice and decent huge strike force, and he's got a good expansion down here. So Vizzer looking pretty good. Still no clear winner. I guess it's going to be decided by these first ogre army clashes, as both players now have Bloodlust. Level 3 here for Vizzer versus Claw's inferior level, but a superior number of ogres is going to push these ogres right back where they came from. And still, the macro has been set up for Vizzer. He might just overtake Claw here with this huge macro army assault. Here comes the ogres. Who's gonna win? Claw's got the superior numbers, but it seems like Vizzer might have the superior number of barracks. But still, and look at the wall from Vizzer getting those temple, the death and decay. This is gonna shut Claw down until he gets a sapler or something similar to blast his way through those defenses. Good stuff. He's going to group up his ogres here at the 2 o'clock position. Wants to send them down the gullet of his the middle of the map. As Vizzer actually makes it a risky assault. Not a single ogre bloodlusted up, and he's going to run away all the way back home. But will Captain Claw the Invincible be able to follow up? He still hasn't gotten that all-important damage upgrade. And Vizzer with a quick lust, and he's going to turn the tides on Captain Claw. Plus, he now has a Death Knight. Vizier's really shaping up to really take the game. A couple of peons going to be running in. A bit of a blunder, but still, was it able to take the day? No, not able to take the day. Those peons almost distracted the ogres in order to swing the battle in their favor, but no such luck here. A Death Knight poised and ready to prevent these wood choppers from mining gold or even chopping wood further. And Vizzer's setting himself up for a very good victory as the Death Knight nears Bloodlusted Ogre army in the superior number, and he's gonna say to Captain Claw the Invincible, I know you are the chop master, but here I am the Garden of War master, as he is currently trouncing Captain Claw the Invincible. Vizzer, well known for his fastest replays, or not replays, but games. And Captain Claw the Invincible, well known for his chop. Still a very close matchup, and only game number 1 in this exciting Warcraft 2 series. So if you want to see who moves on to the next round, you might have to wait a little bit longer. And look here, Captain Claw deciding to move all of the peons down to this 3 o'clock position where a Death Knight rubs its hands maniacally and with evil intent as he builds up enough energy to massacre them all. The front door is continuously being knocked at by Vizzer. Captain Claw sets up a very good defensive position, though. He's not going to be so easily knocked out of this game. Will this Death Knight, he's been discovered. A guard tower wants to kill the Death Knight. A peon bravely makes his way over there, and the Death and Decay is actually on the watchtower. He could have killed the entire peon production, but battles at the home front are going very well for Vizzer, and his expansion in macro mode kicks it into high gear. Captain Claw the Invincible accidentally hits the pause button as he clicks on up here to this 12 o'clock position, wanting to build himself another barracks to start spending some of that moolah that he doesn't really have. And Vizzer's discovered where that huge amount of mining is taking place. Will he deal with it? And there's the GG. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Big shout out to Max.X. Overkill and Motsiak and the Watchers. Special thanks to Troglord, to X-Man Ernst, and to Terracon from Clan Absolute Synergy. Wiki Warcraft 2.